field trip of horror, the Cave Creek disaster. Welcome back to Horror Funk Town, where we dive into the darkest corners of real-life tragedies. Today, we're unraveling the story behind one of New Zealand's most haunting disasters, the Cave Creek platform collapse, the fateful day. On April 28, 1995, a group of 17 outdoor recreation students from Taiputini Polytechnic, along with their tutor, set off on what was supposed to be a routine field trip to Cave Creek, a limestone marvel on New Zealand's rugged west coast. This natural wonder, known for its unique geological formations, had drawn visitors from all over the world. But that day, the beauty of Cave Creek would be overshadowed by tragedy. The students, guided by their tutor and a Department of Conservation DUC officer, Stephen O'Day, were eager to explore the area. The viewing platform, which hung precariously 130 feet above the cave's resurgence, was meant to be the highlight of their trip. Little did they know, this platform was a death trap waiting to spring. The tragic scene. The area surrounding Cave Creek is as beautiful as it is treacherous. The creek itself carves through dense native forests of beech and podocarp trees, creating a series of deep, narrow gorges that channel the water with breathtaking force. Limestone formations, sculpted by millennia of acidic water erosion, stand like sentinels along the creek, while moss-covered rocks add an almost mystical quality to the landscape. But it's the cave resurgence, the point where the underground stream bursts back into daylight, that draws the most awe from visitors. The viewing platform was erected to offer a prime vantage point for this natural spectacle. As the group reached the platform, they admired the view, unaware of the danger beneath their feet. Just moments after stepping onto the platform, it suddenly gave way, sending them plummeting nearly 100 feet into the chasm below. The once serene environment was now filled with the sounds of falling debris, the impact of bodies hitting the rocky ground, and the desperate cries of those who survived the fall. 14 people lost their lives that day, including 13 students and Stephen O'Day. The names of the victims include Stephen O'Day, the DUC officer who accompanied the group; Simon Hilly, a 19-year-old student known for his love of the outdoors; Sarah Thomas, 18, an adventurous spirit who was excited about the trip; David Hills, 20, a passionate environmentalist; Rachel Jane, 19, who had a bright future ahead of her; Paul Rogers, 21, a natural leader among his peers. The aftermath of the collapse was chaotic. The survivors, 4 in total, were severely injured and trapped in the canyon. Among them was Sam Lucas, who suffered from post-traumatic amnesia and could not recall the event, and Carolyn Smith, who battled severe depression after the tragedy. Stephen Hannon was left paralyzed, spending over a year in rehabilitation, while Stacey Mitchell turned to substance abuse to cope with the guilt of having shaken the platform just before it collapsed. Mitchell's haunting admission during a 2005 interview added a layer of dark irony to the tragedy. Could a simple act of youthful exuberance have triggered the collapse? Experts, however, confirmed that the platform was destined to fail due to shoddy construction. The investigation into the collapse revealed a disturbing level of negligence. The platform had been designed by a DUC officer with no engineering qualifications. It was constructed without proper plans, using nails instead of bolts, and the support piles were misaligned. The DUC's internal review revealed that the platform had never received the necessary building consents, and load limits were never enforced. The report also uncovered that the platform's construction was so poorly executed that even if fewer people had been on it, the outcome might have been the same. The nails that held the structure together were not even connected properly, and the platform had no real structural integrity. The legal aftermath. While the DOC accepted responsibility for the collapse, legal loopholes at the time prevented any criminal prosecutions. This tragedy, however, led to significant changes in New Zealand's building regulations. The law was amended in 2001, ensuring that government departments could be held criminally liable for failures in safety practices. The victims' families received a combined compensation settlement of $2.6 million 2 years after the disaster. In addition, a memorial was established at the site, and the track leading to the cave's resurgence was renamed the Cave Creek Memorial Track. This tragic event has since served as a grim reminder of the consequences of cutting corners and ignoring safety standards. The Cave Creek disaster is a chilling example of what can happen when safety is neglected in favor of expediency. 14 lives were lost due to a combination of incompetence, poor planning, and a disregard for the most basic safety measures. As we remember the victims, let us also remember the importance of vigilance and accountability in all aspects of life. That's all for today's episode of Horror Funk Town. If this story sent chills down your spine, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more deep dives into the world's most terrifying real-life horrors. Until next time, stay safe and stay scared.